What is up back here? Another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my story time experience, whatever wording you would want to use, on meeting Bray Wyatt. And I know that it's been like 1 year since he physically is no longer here. And I kind of wanted to do something to, I don't want to say like, how do I put this? I wanted to talk about Bray Wyatt because, like, how I was brought up, it's like you pass away twice. Once physically, and then the second time is when the last person speaks your name for the last time. Now, I'm not saying I'm the last person to speak his name because he has family, he has friends that turned into family, and they will forever speak his name and all of that stuff, whether it's verbally or just in your thoughts. And I figured that, like, this is my way of, like, kind of talking about him on the 1 year anniversary. And if you have met Bray, I would love to know what your experience was like, because every single one that I've heard over the last several years, like even pre-pandemic, it's been always positive, or at least he came across friendly, which if you did not know him, that would kind of be a surprising thing. But yeah, I met him November 20th of 2016 after Survivor Series that was in Toronto, and I know that quite a few people will say, oh, like, won't like how I met him, which I can understand why, but one thing led to another. I was able to find out where the wrestlers were at, and all I did was stay in the lobby. If they looked like they were not in the mood to talk to people, fans or otherwise, I would not even, like, talk to them, or at least entertain the idea of talking to them. And Bray Wyatt, I was standing in the lobby, like I mentioned, and all I seen was quite a few people going to one spot of the lobby, like where the doors are, and I thought, oh, that's kind of weird, that's kind of odd. So I kind of kept my distance, but, like, kept my eye on it just in case if something happened, I could go grab somebody that could or would know what to do and whatnot. But I seen it was Bray, and I heard him say, like, hey, I have to do something personal, I'll come back down later if you guys are still around. And I thought, this is not a knock against Bray Wyatt, but, like, yeah, right, like, he's going to go off somewhere else, sneak out, do his thing, come back later, but not meet people. So he walked behind me. When he said, I'm gonna come back later, I got my phone out on selfie, and he walked behind me, and I stuck out my arm for a selfie, and I took a photo while he was kind of, like, walking behind, which I'll probably show a couple of photos, like the two photos. And I went with two family members of mine who are not wrestling fans, so I kind of, like, hung around them to make it myself seem like less than a fan. And they came up speed walking to me after Bray walked quite a bit of a distance away, and they were like, Amanda, did you take a photo? Did that photo turn out like did it? And they're, again, not wrestling fans, and I'm like, kinda, it's a little bit blurry, why, what's up? And they're like, he stuck out his tongue, and he seemed like in a pretty good mood, like, is everything okay? Like, and I'm like, oh shoot, he did. And as you could tell, the photo's not the best, which, again, little bit of a nerves kind of deal. I was like a 22-year-old kid wanting to meet wrestlers, and it was Bray Wyatt. But yeah, that was kind of like the first time that night I met him, and let's say that was at like 11. Fast forward to like probably 12 or shortly after, I heard somebody say, oh, Bray Wyatt's outside. I'm like, oh shoot, Bray. And I'm like seeing him, and he's like 5 feet away, kind of deal, doing something, and somebody else walked up to him and they got a photo with him. I don't know for sure about it. Nobody I seen got autographs from Bray. And I'm like, okay, that guy got a photo with Bray. I'm gonna, like, slowly make my way. And I'm like, hey, Mr. Wyatt, do you mind a quick photo? And he's like, yeah, sure. Took the photo, which was the second one, which I am personally extremely happy now that it turned out well. And then after it, I told him, like, hey, like, earlier you walked behind me, I took a selfie, you stuck your tongue out, and I appreciate that because I'm here, like, or I think I said I'm staying here with some family who aren't wrestling fans, and they really like that. And he seemed, I don't know for sure if he was actually touched by it, but he seemed like he was touched, like, oh, like he appreciated it. But yeah, those were kind of my two experiences in a way meeting Bray. Like, I was pretty intimidated by him because, like, he is one of those guys where it's like, if let's say if I pissed him off, he could, I'm not saying he would, but he could kick my butt kind of deal. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. But yeah, for myself personally, I am forever grateful that I've been able to meet him. Didn't get anything signed because I'm more into photos than autographs, autographs over nothing, and there's quite a big of a difference between photos and autographs. Plus, it wasn't the right setting for it. But yeah, that's it. Would love to know some of your favorite memories of Bray Wyatt.